Today I'm going to be reviewing VidIQ's keyword research tool. Now, as you guys know, I have my own tool called the YT Studio Pro, and obviously, because I'm a YouTuber now, it's something that I consider myself. I'm trying to make as much content as I can, but also learn the secrets to creating amazing videos. I'm going to be seeing how their tool works out and if it can help me on my YouTube journey. So let's go ahead and try something. You can see I've done already a quick few searches, and the way VidIQ works is this is kind of your home screen, and on the button here it says find trending keywords. Now I'll just go ahead and click on that, and I perform my search. Very simple, very easy to use. I'll leave a link in the description with a discount on VidIQ if you want to go ahead and use it. I think that you'll find the discount very helpful. So let's go ahead and give this a shot. So I'm going to type in a keyword here. Let's use monk mode, for example, as the keyword. Let's just type in enter on our screen. And we can see here that there's like this little, I guess you could say speedometer, if you will. And it shows the search volume, and it shows the competition. So here's the thing. The search volume, YouTube doesn't actually provide it. You can assume what it is based on the current searches, but YouTube doesn't actually provide this information. Competition, 46.6, okay. Now, it's really not important to worry about too much about the numbers, but more about how the numbers compare to each other when you're comparing keyword with keyword. So for example, if you look at the keyword monk mode motivation, it has 946 searches. Well, that's like, what, 1%, maybe 0.5% of the other keyword, which is just monk mode. So you got to keep that in mind. You're weighing keywords of search and competition in regards to each other, not really the actual number. So we can look here. Let's go back to the other keyword, right? So monk mode. We can see different videos related to it. Okay. Top trending videos for monk mode. Now, if you look at these videos that are currently trending for the keyword monk mode, these are not the same videos that are in the outliers. So something to note about that. But let's see anything that has matching keywords. So let's click view all matching keywords, and let's view. So here we have Supreme Guide monk mode high value man. That keyword has 1,496 searches a month. That's what it says, but once again, nobody searches this keyword and actually gets that kind of amount of searches a month. In fact, we could do like a reverse test, right? And we could see if there's anyone else creating content for the exact keyword, and there isn't. You could see here it's like a bunch of Chinese text. Here, like this stuff has nothing to do with it. So keep that in mind, right? These kind of videos literally have nothing to do with it. So if you think you're going to get something good from this keyword, you want to be careful with that. It's very important to pick the right keyword. So we can go over here and kind of compare how we want to see things. So let's say search volume, for example. I'll compare the highest search, or excuse me, the highest search here. We have monk mode, and then Iman Gadzhi monk mode, Hamza monk mode Hamza. So we clearly know that Iman Gadzhi is a creator, Hamza is a creator. These two guys are really big creators on YouTube around this kind of topic. So if these were the type of keywords that are really getting some attention, getting some drive, and just assuming that every other keyword is not important, then we might make like a video that includes this idea. So for example, we can think of an idea where it could be like, what Hamza doesn't realize about monk mode, or Hamza got monk mode wrong, or Iman Gadzhi doesn't really understand what monk mode is, something like that. Something that will grab people's attention. It will be relatively provocative, and it will get some attention. But if you just use like keywords like this, and you just kind of take clips of Iman Gadzhi talking about monk mode, it's not going to do that well. You're going to have differences between videos that do really well and videos that kind of just exist on the internet, maybe getting a few views here and there. So let's kind of look into things here. We have monk mode 2 months. I don't think that's something that people actually search too often. In fact, let's go to an Incognito tab here. Let's go to YouTube. Okay. And let's search for the keyword monk mode. Okay. and we can start seeing. We have monk mode challenge. Okay, that's not bad. Monk mode results, monk mode protocol. That's actually probably a better keyword, right? Monk mode protocol. And let's see what this spits out for us. So I'll type in monk mode protocol, and you can see your search volume is 955 with a competition of 15.1. If I was using VidIQ relatively consistently, now I have my own tool, but if I was using it consistently, I'd take a screenshot of this, and then I would compare that screenshot to other keywords, right, that relate. So for example, if I find that this keyword might potentially do better, like I'll take it and I'll just click on it and take a screenshot, which, by the way, this one might potentially do better, but because you are including Hamza, but protocol in it as well. So these are things you want to pay attention to when you're creating different videos, is your search, your competition, etc. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I would take things a little bit differently in my YouTube Studio Pro tool so I can figure out kind of optimal keywords there. So you can see this is YouTube Studio Pro. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and hit log in here. And what I'm going to do is, before I hit the keyword tag tool, YouTube tags, I'm just going to go to YouTube search real quick. And I'll perform a search, let's say, for the top 100 videos on the word monk mode. Okay. And let's see what comes up. Okay, so we got these videos I'm just going to ignore because you could see here the views is just not enough. But this one has 6.1 million views. Shaolin Monk reveals how to master anything. It has the word monk in it, but not monk mode. I'm using monk mode as just a singular keyword here. So this video did really well. Obviously, I'm ignoring this one. This one is Iman's video. So monk mode, the basics 2022, no BS. So I could remake something like this, make it 2025, and, kind of recreate something like this if this was my niche. Okay, and we got all the different kind of keywords and tags, and once again, this video did great for this creator, 199K, especially when you're competing with, creators like Iman and Hamza and stuff like that. So let's click on this video right here. Let's click watch on YouTube. Let's pause. And look, the channel only has 12,300 subscribers. So that's actually a really, really good keyword. Okay, monk mode, the basics 2022. All right, let's go over here. We have I dare you to disappear for 6 months. And let's click on watch on YouTube. Let's pause this. And we could see watch before 2025. I dare you to disappear for 6 months. Is he using the word monk mode in the description, in the title? We want to see. So look, we search the word monk mode. It is not found in the title. This is another kind of like pro tip here for you. The word monk mode doesn't exist in the title, but it exists 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 times in the description. So descriptions matter, even if it's for YouTube chapters, they matter. You could see people in the comments are saying the word monk mode. And let's see here what we have in our tags. So I'll go here to the video on YouTube Studio Pro, and you could see the tags don't actually include the word monk mode in there. So this guy ranked for the keyword monk mode, but he did not include it in his title, and he did not include it in his tags, just purely off of the description. So this just goes to show that a channel, like this, and even that smaller channel up here, ranks for the keyword, right? So this is definitely going to be a keyword that I'll be going after. I'll make a video for. But you can see there's all kinds of other videos that people rank for. But now that I kind of have my idea, okay, I know I'm going to create a monk mode video. Now what kind of keyword am I going to target? So monk mode is going to be in my title. Let's see what we can add to our description. So I'll go over here to our YouTube tags now, and I'll type in the main keyword. What's my main keyword? It's monk mode, right? So let me type in monk here, monk mode. And the video title, I'm just not sure about yet. I could look at other videos, but I'll come up with something that's like temporary for now. Now, in the niche here, it's not technology, gaming, education, entertainment, lifestyle. let's go to education. Education probably makes more sense. And I'll say how monk mode changed my life. Okay. And I'm gonna type in. I'm gonna leave the video description blank. Why not? Let's see what comes of it. So, I'm just not sure about this title just yet. I can always improve it, but that's kind of the life cycle of a normal YouTuber. Is you're not entirely sure about your titles just yet, but let's see what kind of keywords we get. So for short tail keywords here, we have monk mode life, monk mode benefits, monk mode experience, monk mode transformation. That's actually a really good keyword. In fact, using the word transformation somewhere in the title is probably effective. Now, the thing is, I want to see if the word monk mode transformation or anything related to transformation in the search makes a difference. So let's type in monk mode transformation. Yep, it exists right here. So YouTube Studio Pro got us taken care of for that. This is why, like I said, I'm working on creating probably the best YouTube tool ever created, honestly, for research. Because if you get the right research, then you know exactly what to do from a video standpoint. But this is a great keyword. I'm going to have that checked. Monk mode benefits. There's a million videos on the benefits, so I'm not really interested in that. And remember, how monk mode changed my life? I can use the word transformed my life, right? Transformed. That's probably a better idea, right? And I'm just going to leave that just like that for a second. Monk mode discipline. I don't know if I'm interested in that one. Let's look here. Monk mode and self-improvement. That's a good tag. Okay. Self-improvement is always added. Monk mode focus techniques. Monk mode lifestyle benefits. Once again, I want to stay away from the benefits side of things because it's not something I'm interested in. Let's see. Life without distractions. This is actually a pretty good keyword to add in your thumbnail because if it's already found in the tags, that means that people are searching this kind of stuff on YouTube. So people already they have this adherence to that. So I might include that in my tags. I'll just click on this, and I might have it in my as text in my thumbnail. Personal growth motivation, achieving peak performance, create a focused environment, productivity without burnout, overcoming procrastination. Let's see, mindfulness for students, monk mode of minimalism, monk mode stories, success stories, concentration. Okay, monk mode for mental clarity. Now, notice how there's so many different tags here, right? But I have to wisely pick each one, or ones that I'm only choosing to pick, because it's not wise for me to go after all of these. I'm not trying to rank for example, monk mode strategy. That's not my keyword. I'm trying to rank for something related to transformation, because if you try to rank for everything, you're going to rank for nothing because you're giving YouTube mixed signals. So I don't want to do that. Monk mode transformation showed up again in the education niche. Let me go ahead and export the 3 keywords that I have, which is a character count of 81 out of 500. So we're almost 1/5 there. I'll just go ahead and export that. And while I'm here, I might as well just select all for all of these and export them as a secondary file, just in case if I ever want to come back to it and make more videos on monk mode. But guys, side note, monk mode in real life actually did change my life. But let's go ahead now and type in how monk mode transformed my life. We'll keep the main keyword there, and let's put in a sentence here. Now, let's type in monk mode. Monk mode changed my life. And then we'll write here how you can start using monk mode. Okay. And we already have, once again, those files that I exported for the keywords. So all these keywords are about to change right now. So I'm not too worried about the current files that we have selected. Okay. So let's see here. We have monk mode life-changing habits. So that might be a keyword that I might want to take a look at in the future. In fact, if I take this keyword right here and I click on Incognito tab, let's go to YouTube. Okay, I can go over here and I could remove the word habits, and you could see here life-changing. There's a bunch of different keywords that shows up. If I type in habits, there we go, it pops up, which means there is search demand for it to the point where YouTube is recommending it. And if there's search demand for it, I look here, you got a video like this, 3 years old, 1 year old. I can compete with these guys, you know, because if a video is still ranking and it's 3 years old or 1 year old, you know, that's in my ballpark. I can battle it out there, because it's important to kind of know who you're competing with and what you can do. But the fact that this shows up might be a good idea to anchor myself with YouTube and create that monk mode video first before I create a life-changing habits video secondary, okay? The order of which you create your content does matter if you want to have a bigger effect. Monk mode transformation, benefits of monk mode, living the monk mode lifestyle, monk mode success stories, digital detox, self-improvement journey, monk mode for mental clarity, monk mode results, personal growth, okay? All kinds of different keywords here. So this is going to be for secondary videos. I'm not going to run through them now because there are quite a lot. So I'll just save all of them and then export them here. Okay. And lastly, I will do a search once again for those different videos. Let's go ahead and export them and just see what kind of tags they're using. So how monk mode transformed my life. I'll go over here to YouTube research once again and just paste it. And we'll look at like the first 300 videos, let's say, that are higher performing. Not all of them, of course, but, you know, 300. Now, this is a little bit different than the keyword monk mode, okay? And look at this video. This video is exactly where we were going to be, okay? How monk mode changed my life with 1,100 views. This could have been us, but now because we're using better keywords, we're going to get more views than that. Especially with our engagement. Of course, engagement, watching on YouTube, you know, the watch time, that makes a huge difference. But I'm going to just take this real quick and export this and then go to my YouTube Insights and upload that same file right now in here because I do want to see where the keywords are holding up. So keyword analysis, we have monk mode and then life. So the word life is in there, so we need to use that. And then we have the word changed, and then we have the word transform. So transform, yeah, I'm 100% certain that I'll use that keyword now. So this was really a pro video on, you know, finding the right keywords to use in your titles through the power of, you know, it really sparked this up as VidIQ. But hopefully this video helps you guys. You guys can see what I'm working on behind the scenes, how I'm kind of addressing this, because I do plan on having like over 10 YouTube channels. That is something, a reality for me that I will be working on, because at the end of the day, it generates income from all kinds of different sources, and I believe it's a good future to provide income for yourself from. So thank you guys for watching. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace out. Bye.